Well, if you're recording, then I guess it's time to get into it, huh?
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Kinsu. My real name's William Henderson. I'm doing your intro.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's the Kinsu Rocket here. I don't have an intro, I only have an outro. I'm Kinsu Rocket, Sane Hero is here, obviously. It's his channel.
Yep.
I'm not even recording right now. I'm just in the chat. And I thought a long time ago, well, me and him both thought that it would be a great idea to explain how me and him met, because we didn't really meet because we're like school friends or something like that, because we're not. We don't even go to the same school. We actually live in the same state, but we live in two different like segments of the state. Regions, there it is. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah. So I guess I can. You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
You can go first.
I will go first. I am from South Texas. I'm a country boy, just like he is, right? And when I was so I'm a trumpet. We met at a band camp. Let's just start with that. That's what we started. It was a band camp that was hosted at a college campus, and the college is called SFA. I don't really know what the S and the F and the A stand for, actually. It was East Texas, and I went there because I suck ass at band. I was actually bottom chair of the bottom band, which meant I was literally the worst of the worst there. I was the worst trumpet player there. You know what's funny? When I walked into that, I was like, that's fine. No way I can be the worst, right? And no, I was literally the worst. How I met Elijah was very simple. I have always been very big into the idea of neighbors, right? I've always loved the idea of living in an apartment like complex and then having a neighbor, right? Well, my neighbors were one random black dude that I didn't really talk to much, and I forgot his name, and fucking grown-ass men who were like the counselors of SFA, right? Well, so I didn't count them as my neighbors. So I went past that, and then Elijah was living there with some white dude named Jackson, right? Now, how we met was, I didn't meet him throughout the day. I met him at night, because what happened was they called us out to explain like the rules of SFA, remember? And we were all sitting out there. I remember like just being in front of his door, and people were like, where's your roommate, right? They were asking you where your roommate was, and I think I asked you too. I was like, yeah, where's your guy? And he eventually came out, and then we just started talking. Like, I don't really know what started it, but I do know we started talking. I think I just started talking to you because you were my neighbor, and I was like, cool neighbors. But we met a lot of people there. Eventually, the next day, whenever, we're getting associated into bands and stuff, or I think it was the same day, right? No, it was the next day, because we didn't know each other then. So the next day, they start putting out, like, who's in what band. Oh, yeah, it was the second day, because we had the first day off, right? Yeah, so...
Yeah.
We did, because I remember getting there. We had the first day. The first day I was there, we didn't do anything. We were off. We had... Like, we were looking through the band things. I met friends of Elijah, or I don't know, people he was just talking to. I don't even know if they were really friends. But we found out that me, him, and his roommate were all in the same band.
We were all in the last band. It was like faded.
I had breakfast with Elijah. We were like sitting at a table. Jackson was like, he was a decent guy, but we didn't really talk too awful much. I wasn't awfully interested in what he had to say. And the only one I really even took note of was Elijah. Then we're just hanging out the entire time. We'd go to lunch together. We'd eat breakfast together. We went to a lot of activities together because it'd be like end of the day activities. We went to some of those together. And then we met two other guys. We met two twins, Animation Station. Animation Station is two guys. They never play with us, which I guess kind of makes sense now because they are like a drawing channel. Elijah, right? Because Elijah is a very kind-hearted man. He was catching the volleyball for them. So I decided to equal out his niceness by being rude. So I decided that I was gonna fucking shoot that bitch up at the roof. So when it came around me, I cut off the little short girl and I uppercutted the volleyball so that it shot up and hit one of the vents. It pissed her off really bad, and that brought me a lot of joy. So we did. I hated her. I don't know what it was about her. I did not like her. Did that. That was a fucking great time. Honestly,
Yeah.
I had a great time doing that. Uh, but then we kind of talked to them a little bit. I wasn't horribly interested in them at all. I thought they were kind of annoying, and they'd irritate me a lot. They were so irritating that I'd actually itch when I was around them. I learned that Elijah had a YouTube channel, and I was like, "Oh shit, no way, that's crazy. I do too." And he's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do. It's just, I'm not really. I don't know what I told him. I think I just told you that I didn't really upload.
Yeah.
It's like I don't really upload because I explained because PlayStation and my old thumb drive just don't work together, and I never really took the time to find a new one. Right? So we kind of just left off on that. And then Elijah came up with the idea, why don't you just come on my channel then? And I was like, you know what? That's not a terrible idea. I'll bite, right? Like, yeah, sure, let's do this, right? So we did a video. We did a comedy sketch that we never finished. We did a Smash Bros. Tournament that turned out well. And then we did the story time with William Henderson. And that one I was actually a pretty big fan of that one. So we did that, and fun fact actually, with that we were actually late to our performance. That had a good time. There's a photo, me and him took a photo together, and I was in like a really nice suit posing, and then he was like in this nice blue shirt. He looked like a school teacher. But no, it was a great time. I had a good time. I was in a suit. People were walking up to me like I was the boss of the mob. I had guards. So there was oh my god, I loved it so much because this really attractive Asian was there. But we went to this theater room in SFA, and it was like a talent show of people who are really good at band. So you damn well know me and Elijah were not in it. So we were sitting in the stands in the back, right? And I'm sitting there, and before we did that, I had a suit. I had just bought a suit, and I'd never owned a suit before, so you already know I was cocky, right? But I said, hey, we're going to this nice thing. We're going to this nice dance right after. I'm going to put my suit on for the first time. And I put it on. You should have seen Elijah's reaction. Elijah's reaction was priceless. I think I gave you a tie. I don't remember.
I
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? You need a tie. I gave him a tie. We had a good time. We went to the dance thing. It went well. I went to the theater thing. It was a pretty fun fucking time with the theater. And met this cute Asian chick. Didn't get her number because fucking Elijah cock-blocked me literally the next day.
Wait, really?
Yes. So, you remember when there was that big crowd of people? Like,
Yeah.
whenever we were running we were late to our performance. We were late because we were recording the comedy sketch. So we were late. So a guy knocked on our door, was like, hey, you guys are late. I was like, it's a lumberjack band. It's like, hey, you guys are late. He was late in telling us, and we were late in going. So both of us were at fault at that time. We begin running there, and there's this big crowd of people. Now, I have a very weird skill. I call it weaving. And what I do is I go through and I can weave through crowds very, very easily. Right? So I weave through it perfectly. The Asian chick is there, and I'm like, oh, sick, I'm gonna get her number. And as I'm talking her up, trying to get her number, as soon as she said yes and I was gonna get the number, Elijah finally made his way to the crowd, and I was like, oh, fuck. No, dog, it was not your fault, but, oh, Lord, I was like, damn it, why couldn't you have been slower?
just a little slower, get that last number.
If you were a tiny bit slower, I would have got it. But no, you made your way pretty fast through that, and I was like, ah, damn. I was
I felt
pretty
so
upset.
bad too. I'm sorry.
I was nah, it's fine, it's fine. I
Yeah.
think after roll call, I think it was dinner.
Yes, it was immediately
So
dinner.
I was like, hey, let's go to dinner. And
Yes.
actually, there we met a girl with a lazy eye. Shit, she can't read the notes. But we were like, uh,
That's so messed up. That's so messed up.
dude, no, I was so fucking confused.
Old, not my old. They're still my friends, sort of. We just don't talk.
Mm-hmm.
But animation station, and
Yeah.
I introduced you to them because I met them in sixth grade when in what's it called, in Green Acres. I met them
Yeah.
there, and then I
Uh-huh.
figured out they are content creators. This was before I started my journey to be a content creator because I
Mm-hmm.
start getting really like decent at it when I met Kinsu. After
Mm-hmm.
all that, it's just we just hit it off.
Mm-hmm.
But
Pause.
then, yeah. But
We
they,
just hit it off. Come on. That was the worst possible thing you could have said there.
because before I met Kinsu, I was just a dork and I was just playing stickman games because that's literally all I
Oh yeah,
could
you were
play.
doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then he kind of borrowed. He asked me a lot about my editing style, how I used to edit it, and I was like, I just do this, do that, do this, and then he kind of like, he imitated it very well.
I imitated it. How?
The way like I did the fast cuts. Then you took it a step further with the subtitles and like the zoom in. I'm gonna take the fucking audio from this and make like a shitty animation of what like the story is, just so I can get like a clearer visual. I'm a visual learner, so
Okay.
it would be nice if I could have like, I say visual like I wasn't there, but
Though I felt so awkward. I felt like I was being kidnapped. I know they meant good by it, but I felt like I was being kidnapped.
it would
I
have been worse if you were like in the middle of the seat, like you're in the middle seat and like squished in
No,
between two of them.
I was on the left side just praying to God.
Please don't kidnap me. Please don't kidnap me. Please
Please don't
don't kidnap
kidnap
me.
me.
My roommate Jackson kept me awake the first night.
Oh brother.
He was snoring,
I
but
mean I would have
I wasn't mad at him because I knew he wasn't doing it on purpose. Because he fell asleep fast. That dude knocked out, and he knocked out every single night. He did not stay awake. He would watch his iPad for a bit. He'd chuckle a little bit, and then he'd turn his headphones off, say "Good night, William," and I'd be like, "Good night, Jackson," and then he'd go straight to sleep. He
me
wouldn't
and
move. He
Jackson
wouldn't do anything.
me and Jackson never
No,
did that.
yeah, Jackson. Oh, Jackson would like he'd be like, "Well, good night, Will," and I'm like, "Good night, Jackson. See you in the morning." It's like, okay. He's a sweet kid, man. He's a sweet guy. Makes you feel so bad for him. Sweet guys don't survive, man. I felt so bad for him. But I was like, you know what? You're alright. You know what really pissed me off about Jackson? Honest to God?
You're Jackson or my
You're Jackson,
okay.
right? Was that he went, like, I was talking about my Jackson to him, right? And I was like, he's like, yeah, what's wrong with him? And that pissed me off first. And I was like, ugh, right? And then I was like, he's high functioning autistic. And he goes, that is not high functioning. And I think I literally said to him, you're not functioning. I raised my voice and just like got really pissed. And then he was like, what the fuck, dude? He's like, where the fuck did that come from? And
And
then, yeah, I was, oh, Lord, you go ahead. Oh, God.
I remember telling him that he doesn't trust people. It's okay. And he's like, "Well, go fuck." He just cut off his sentence as soon as you came back, and he was like, "Oh, never mind."
Really?
Yeah.
For real? Wait, what'd you say? No, for real, what'd you say?
He said, "Well, go freak him, freak you, or
Oh,
whatever." Yeah, and then you came back, and he was like, "Oh, never mind." You didn't hear it, so I'm like, "Okay."
yeah.
The lunches, they were pretty good in my opinion. The pizza is
I got
usually
to eat
all
pizza
okay.
every day.
Yeah.
I was such a big fan. I don't know if you remember that picture I took of all those slices of pizza like stacked on top of each other.
I remember you did that for some reason.
Because I thought, dude, it was heaven to me. The only thing that would have made it more authentic, oh, just got a gold by the way. But the only thing that would have
Oh,
made it more authentic was if it came in a box. But she didn't. I had to get it on a plate. But that's not even like a negative. That's just like a me being picky.
oh, dude.
But no, we
Remember
had a
the
great
remember
time.
the yeah, remember the nights where they order pizza, like late night order pizza? It is
Domino's was
hectic.
it?
Domino's, it was some other pizza. It wasn't just Domino's, it was something else. But
Papa
it got,
John's.
you sure?
I
I
don't
don't
know. I
remember.
think I only got that. I don't think I only got the Domino's ones. Anyways, I think like that was the only. I think it was like some. It might have been a local place.
Yeah, it was like right there. I think it was Mazio's or something like that. But every single person ran down the stairs just to get the
Oh
pizza.
yeah,
It was
no,
so
bunch of big
funny.
backs. I was walking, everybody was running around me, and I was like, "You fucking idiots!"
I ran too. I don't even care. I wanted that pizza and
Yeah,
go right back to my
Elijah
room.
would run it, and Elijah was running, and I was like, "Dude, stop!" I was
I
like,
was like
"Dude, stop!
this.
You look ridiculous."
Somehow I was like the fifth in line, and I'm like, I was here first. How?
It's not possible. No, I made a deal with Jackson. I like Jackson because Jackson was also reasonable. Because he had Mountain Dew Code Reds, which at the time was like one of my favorite drinks of all time, right? He
Yeah.
had them in the fridge, and I was like, "Yo, I'll buy us a pizza if you give me one of them." And he went. He thought about it, like he sat there and he was like, deal. And I was like, "Thank you."
Oh
I didn't have a lot of money to like spend at SFA.
I had like what, $100.
I was trying to keep. I had 40.
I every
So
night they had the late night pizza. I bought it.
yeah, and I would usually hang out with them, and if I had a pizza, I'd bring it with me.
You, like
And then
$100.
I didn't invite Jackson too though, because
You remember
Jackson
that
was
little
like,
kid that was
oh yeah, wing. What I call him? I called him wingback because we were talking about the like the backbones. You know, like they stick out.
yeah.
I called him wingback because he was so skinny and he had such like big ass fucking bones there. It looked like he had two little wings trying to come out. He reminded me of that one guy from the X-Men,
Yeah. Oh.
like the fucking mutant that has wings. There's a scene in the X-Men where he's in the bathroom and he's cutting his wings off because he doesn't want his dad to know, and that's what it
Yeah.
reminded me of. Yeah. Call it cruel, I don't give a fuck, that's what it looked like. But no, I really did enjoy that. It was good to like get all the boys, even random started showing up.
Yeah. I remember one of the
Get all the
randos.
boys,
Yeah.
yeah. You get all the boys, you get the pizza, you get the drinks. We were all in there playing
Yeah.
Smash,
Yeah.
doing tournaments, having a good time.
I was not good at that game. I played as
There was
Pac-Man. I
one
got
guy that
folded.
beat me, I think. Oh yeah, you did. You were Pac-Man,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I know what the hell he's gonna do. And then I didn't know you never played the game before, or you did, but you just weren't good at it. And I was like, oh, well, I know what he's gonna do. And then you didn't do it the whole game, and I was like, sitting there anxious, waiting for you to do it.
I think I was gonna eat him. No, that's Kirby's ability. I don't know.
No, Pac-Man has an ability when you hit down B, he throws a fire hydrant down, and if you do a side heavy, it knocks the fire hydrant, which does a lot of knockback damage. I was half expecting you to just knock me off the map and just do that to me. So every single time you like hit me off a bit, I'd be like, I would go so fast get back. But I play Cloud and he's not the fastest character. So I'm just like, please! But no, that was a good time. I thought it was hilarious. I laughed, honestly, whenever he said that. But, Jackson was some fun. I really did enjoy Mike Jackson. I thought he was a nice guy. Mike Jackson sounds so gay. But, um, No, I didn't call much people when I was there. I was so excited that I got my own room and dorm, though. You have no idea. I was so happy. They said something that pissed me off, though.
Who?
Elijah and Jackson. You know what
Oh,
it is.
you wanna talk about it?
Okay, so we sit around. It's the next day. We all are friends, I guess. We're all sitting around. This is before me and Jackson had the fight, so we're decent friends, all right?
Right.
Um, well, I say fight. I really just yelled at him until he shut up. Um, but we're sitting there, and they ask. We go around the table, like just asking each other questions. You know, like not trivia, but like just to know more about the other guy. Um, they asked, "Yo, you got a girlfriend?" Jackson says, "Yes." Elijah says, "No."
No.
I say, "No." And then they go, "What?"
It's because this dude was like 6'2", and then he had this jawline that a woman would just like love to have as a man, and it's just was just like, how do you not have a girlfriend, dude? You have the perfect physique for it too.
Yeah, I've always been pretty slim, but not slim enough to where it looks like I'm ill-fed. I've always been pretty good with hygiene too. But no, it was. Oh my god, I don't know why that offended me so bad. I was just like I didn't like express it. Or no, I expressed it. I didn't say it, but I was like kind of pissed off. There wasn't really much that went down there. Like SFA was fun, but it was only fun because of the people that were there. If Elijah wasn't there, I would not have had a good time at all.
I'm glad you have so much faith
Because
that I'm a good person to hang out with, but dude, I
yeah,
find
you're
you
good to
boring.
hang out with, and I know that I won't get into trouble if I'm hanging out with you. So hey, win-win, right?
I,
So they've never been called short before. Honestly, next time you get into like an if he's tall, just call him short. It'll fuck with him. Because he's never been called that before. Shut your short ass up. He'll be like, huh?
why I never.
Why, I'd never! Yes, he would. All tall people do it. I don't care how nice you are. Shaquille O'Neal does it. He'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, yeah, whatever, shorty. A great time there. That shit was so boring if Elijah wasn't there. And if I didn't have his Jackson there to bully. No, we all had a good time. I actually, I don't know if